Joining me this morning from the Fitchburg Fire Department, one of our favorite guests, it's Adam Dorn. How are we doing this morning?
Great.
Glad to have you in here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
Hey, it's always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Or the pleasure's mine.
Right.
Whichever one.
Right. It always works.
It always works out. All right. Today we're talking
Hi,
about...
Andrew.
He's just back there.
He always seems left out, so gotta say hi.
You do.
I'm just here.
You just say. He just knows he knows his role.
I know. Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
You just shut my blind.
Yeah.
Stay back here.
Well, we're going to be talking about shutting things today,
Right.
and good segue. And it's an important one.
It is.
That statistics show it does better if you close your door. So let's talk about this.
Exactly. Yeah. So the UL Fire Research Center has done a lot of testing lately with people in homes closing doors. The big time is to close your door when you go to bed at night, right? A lot of people, especially young families that have young kids,
Guilty.
they don't like to sleep with the door closed because they can't hear their children. The reason they started doing these tests is because they realized that our homes, the stuff that we put in our homes, are a lot different now than what it was 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago. We have a lot of plastic coming into our homes in whatever it is, right? Most of the furniture that we have isn't true wood anymore. It's some sort of a
Particle
board, whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it, right? It's not really good stuff when it gets on fire because of all the gases that it puts off. But with that being said, when a fire does start in your home, fire spreads that much faster. So they did some research, and they did it over a 10-year period of time. So this isn't just a overnight thing that they've worked on. Some things to think about is that about 40 years ago, it took almost 17 minutes. You had about 17 minutes to get out of your house before you were incapacitated. Today, you have 3 minutes from the time the fire starts.
That's incredible.
That is. Now, think about this, right? 3 minutes. The people, us as firefighters, from the time you call 911 to the time we get told about it and are rolling out of the firehouse in our fire trucks is about 3 minutes.
That's if you're lucky.
That's if you're lucky, yes.
And yeah, so many times, you're by the time either you've located the fire or somebody's called it in,
Right.
it's been going.
Right. And most fires happen at night, right? Well, while you're sleeping. So that's why this campaign is so important. And they have come up with a very awesome website called closeyourdoor.org. I know you and I have kind of looked at this ahead of time.
It's got singing houses. I mean,
Yes,
come on.
it's awesome.
What is better than singing houses?
Andrew behind the screen. But yeah.
Still waiting for him to close his door. Yeah.
Wow.
But no, it's a very awesome website. It has a great song in there for the children to learn about it. And it's actually pretty good for the adults too, because it makes it interesting.
Yeah, it's what I think. This was what I thought when I first saw this is our reaction when the fire alarm goes off, smoke detector goes off, is to run out the door. So what are there's got to be some guidelines here that we got to think about, or we need to change our plan a little bit.
Right. And I think the second part of what you said is probably the bigger part, right? Let's change the thinking about what we're doing, because the plan will always kind of come and go. It's got to be kind of fluid. So the big one is when you go to bed at night, close your door.
Easy enough.
Right? Close your door, close the door to your children's room, because through this research, they found that it's about 4 minutes before the entire 2,000 square foot house that they built is untenable, meaning no one can survive. If they had one door closed to the bedroom, that increased the survivability in that bedroom for another 4 to 6 minutes.
That's pretty incredible.
That's about the time the fire department gets there if you put that all together. Right? So by the time we get there, we don't have a whole lot of time to really make a lot of good work in a short amount of time, but we can still get some things done. So close your door at night. Check your smoke alarms. Check them monthly. Make sure they work. If they don't work, replace them. Smoke detectors are good for 10 years. If you haven't changed your smoke detectors in your home in 10 years, time to get brand new ones. Change your battery every year if you still have those smoke detectors. A lot of them now are 10-year batteries built in. The biggest thing is create an escape plan. Know what you're going to do if something ever does happen. Right? What are the children going to do? What are you going to do to get your children? Are you going to go get them and get them out? Or are you going to get them to a quote-unquote safe place in your house where you know everybody's together, and then work on getting out? You need to make those decisions. You know, people with infants or very young ones that cannot get out on their own yet, you need to have those kind of plans in place. As they get older, let the children be part of that, because now they have some buy-in for that escape plan, and it makes them feel important that they know what they are in charge and are being able to make some decisions as well. And that's a huge thing. The other one, which I did this morning, because I didn't realize I never did this, but when you go to closeyourdoor.org, on the bottom of that page, there is a...
Is this the pledge?
The pledge.
Take the pledge. I saw this.
Take the pledge.
1,000, as of right now, they were doing this, 1,358 have already taken the pledge.
So that's great that we had that many people do it. I think if we do this here in Fitchburg and we can get this happening, I think it'd be awesome to have that number just skyrocket because of this. And I really hope that the National Fire Protection Association uses this as their campaign for the National Fire Prevention Week in October.
That'd be pretty cool.
There's also some really good videos that have been done through different news organizations on the bottom of the page. It kind of tell you exactly why it's so important. It goes into way more detail than I could ever give in the short time that we have here. But check out the website, closeyourdoor.org, and you'll get everything there that you need to know about this.
Perfect. Yeah, closeyourdoor.org. It's easy.
It is.
And it's not just, you would suggest probably closing most all the doors in the house then, right?
Right.
So even just not thinking about the ones that the rooms you're in or sleeping, it's also other rooms in the house. So.
Yep.
All right. Adam, always a pleasure. We'll see you back here next month.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy.
All right. We're going to take a very, very quick break. We'll be right back. It is Talking Fitchburg.